All right. There you go. Let's keep rolling. Next up, 1 p.m. Eastern, Philadelphia Eagles, 2-0, 1-0 on the road at the Washington Commanders, 1-1, 1-0 at home at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, 77 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour. We'll start with the line history in this spot here. Eagles, Commanders. We have the Eagles opening up at Pinnacle minus 5.5. Now they're minus 6.5. From a totals perspective, it opened up at 50 and has dropped all the way down to 47. A 3-point drop on the total. See if the cash correlates with all of that here. We have, they are giving the Eagles 25% line value at Sports Insights. And this will change as the week goes on and numbers go on, but that's the biggest that they've given anybody so far this week. 5,964 tickets in, 44% of tickets, 69% of the cash on the Eagles. Then it's 50-50 on the total, but 79% of the cash is on the under on the 50-50 spot. Eagles come in flying high after their 24-7 win at home versus the Vikings on Monday night. Now they head to Washington on a short week to face old friend Carson Wentz. This is the first time Carson Wentz will play against his former team. Against the Vikes, Jalen Hurts was excellent. 26-31, 333 yards, a touchdown, a pick, ran 11 times for 57 yards and 2 touchdowns, 301 total yards in the first half. Goddard caught 5 passes for 82 yards. Devonta caught 7 for 80. A.J. Brown, 5 for 69. Quez Watkins, 2 for 69 and touchdown. They just have weapons. Miles Sanders, 17 carries for 80 yards. The defense had 2 sacks, 7 quarterback hits, and Darius Slay, big play Slay, held Justin Jefferson to 6 catches for 48 yards and picked off Cousins twice. Avonte Maddox also had an interception. Commanders coming off that 36-27 loss to Detroit. They were shut out 22-0 in the first half. Didn't get a first down in their first 6 possessions. Carson Wentz, 30 of 46, 337 yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. First quarterback since at least 1950 to throw for 300-plus yards and at least 3 touchdown passes in his first 2 starts on a new team. His stats are so wild always. They're so extreme, and they're horrifying if you have action on them. Curtis Samuel caught 7 passes for 70 yards and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 4 catches for 75 yards. Defense put up 3 sacks, 11 quarterback hits. Cam Curl, starting safety, and starting guard Wes Schweitzer were inactive. Washington is in the top 10 in points and yards per game and points, yards per play. It's their defense that's a huge problem. 30th in opponents' yards per play, 32nd in opponents' yards per rush. 27th in points per game allowed. A situation the Philadelphia Eagles could feast on. Take it away for us, Andy. Philadelphia, Washington.
Yeah, it's a lot of points to lay on the road. So you'd say, well, it's probably Washington or nothing, which is that's nothing. I mean, it's not a spot I want to back Wentz. Although Wentz has been okay. We've seen some bright spots. He still winces sometimes, does some stuff, but laying this many points on the road in a divisional game is usually a recipe for disaster. That said, the Washington defense has been bad enough that I think I'm fine with laying an Eagles team total here. You know, anything under maybe that's just a look for an over, because I think Washington will score a little, will push them, will have them keep them score. I don't know if you get this under steam, and I get it. The Philadelphia Eagles stopped what was looking like an okay offense, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm making a case for Washington scoring more than Minnesota on them, but it felt like, you know, that Slay thing. You're not going to have that every week. You're not going to have Cousins just bungling it. It's crazy that I'm saying Carson Wentz is going to play better than Kirk Cousins, but boy, this is a big correction out to 7. I want to take the Eagles. I'm just looking for a way to do it, and it's certainly not laying this many points on the road. So it's a really tricky game to get into. I'm not interested in betting this one. I think the Washington front will stymie Hurts a little more. It is a short week for Philly, heading to not only a divisional opponent, but a divisional opponent on a horrible field. Like probably just a hard pass and hope everyone stays healthy. Yeah. Otherwise, small look at Eagles team total if you can get like a 27.
Wow. This move from 50 to 47, and Noli knows he's a man that's made unders great again. He's being called the Jedi Master of unders, says thinking over, which is something we never, ever hear from him. The Donut Silks agreeing that team total at 27.5 is what Andrew G's looking at for the Eagles. Wow. And then Sky Dragon says the look ahead on this game was Philly -3. Amazing what one game on primetime will do. Eagles Super Bowl says, give me Washington on the spread and perhaps the money line. Wow.
The second one's a tough ask, but divisional games happens all the time. Great teams who the Bills deserved to win the Super Bowl last year, and they went and lost to the Jaguars. Any given Sunday, guys, these games are always closer than it looks.
And then
Eagles first half.
What do you think of the Commanders team total? Now that it's dropped and they're 6.5-point dogs, I mean, now you're getting them. They're offering it to me at 19.5.
I know this may just. God, I need to look at one more. The Eagles' defense is not as good as what we saw. A lot of that was just Minnesota. How many times did Minnesota throw an interception after driving the field, after getting to the red zone? Minnesota had 4 red zone possessions, I believe. They were 1 for 4. But I don't think this Philly defense is as good as maybe it was made out to be. Slay actually got hurt late, I believe. Boy, yeah. Fuck it. I'm taking it over 47. Put it on the books. I'm betting this. I'm going to go look for the best price on this. I don't see them holding them. It's 47.5 at Chris. If I can find a flat 47, that's probably a move for me. It's an over adjustment at this point. Look at this. Over 47, 105 at it.
Let's lock it in for you.
See that? I'm actually betting live on the show.
47 at -105. I have interest in the Commanders team total over.
Yeah, you just get to 20, even if it's garbage time, guys.
I really do. I really do. I really think.
I think Washington and the over are correlated. I don't see them stopping Philly repeatedly. Washington will need to score to cover. It's not going to be some low scoring, swatted out, Cleveland Pittsburgh kind of game.
I think I move on this as soon as possible. I think the fact that it's dropped 3 points and the Eagles are 3 points bigger favorites than they were. Well, now you're getting a really nice price on this team total over. So yeah, I think I'm moving on this. I think I'll move on this tonight. I don't think I'll get a better number than this. And Pinnacle has it at 21.5, but it's -144 to the under. I think this is capping the cappers, capping Andy, capping the cappers in the chat. Let's go over where the cash is again on this one here. In the divisional game, you got a road team that just looks spectacular on a standalone game. These are the spots that we want to fade. Now, the public is on Washington at 56% of tickets, but I don't care anymore because Andy cashes his over and I'll cash my team total over, and who cares, All right, I like it. I'm excited. We move on